the only reason to do it, bankrupt them and run them into the ground. They are an enemy, did everything they could, everything in their power. Right now, you're going to be listening to two of these slimiest snakes and scoundrels on earth. I'm not going to play the entire video, but I'm going to play it. Look at her face right there. Like demonic, already demonic and ashamed. Just listen to this. This is Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough. Look into Joe Scarborough's history, people. Listen to this. We'll talk
over the past week. Joe and I have heard from so many people, from political leaders to regular citizens, deeply dismayed by several of President-elect Trump's cabinet selections, and they are scared.
Oh, they're scared.
Last Thursday, we expressed our own concerns on this broadcast and even said we would appreciate the opportunity to speak with the president-elect himself. On Friday, we were given the opportunity to do just that.
They met with Hitler on Friday. Did you understand? Appreciate what you're hearing right now. Scumbag, scoundrels, scorpions. This is the scorpion and the frog tale right here. I don't suggest that Trump is the frog riding the back of the scorpion across the river, because the scorpion, hold on one second, it's the other way around. The scorpion says, hey, frog, can you give me a ride across that river? And then the frog says, don't sting me, I will both die. And he's like, okay, fine. And he rides the frog across the river and then stings the frog when he gets to the other side and says, you always knew I was a scorpion. Now, Trump is not stupid. So there'd better be some other play other than making reconciliation with people who do not want you on this earth.
Joe and I went to Mar-a-Lago to meet personally with President-elect Trump. It was the first time we have seen him in 7 years.
Now, we talked about a lot of issues.
I appreciate how flipping scripted this is. All right, now my bit's over, Joe. On to you. And look at her face. She's so happy with herself. We went down and actually met with the fascist Hitler because we're trying to build bridges. After we tried to bankrupt, deplatform, de-president, and then de-life this individual, we now went and met with him. And we were stern with him. We told him what we really thought.
Including abortion, mass deportation, threats of political retribution against political opponents, and media outlets. We talked about that a good bit. And it's going to come as no surprise to anybody who watches this show, has watched it over the past year or over.
That you've been calling this man Satan incarnate, a threat to the existence of women, a threat to democracy, an existential threat, an extremist, a fascist, a dictator, a tyrant. Oh, and now you go into his house and you talk to him. And you think that you people are the good people in all of this? Oh, no, we talked to him about political retribution. Did you talk to him about the two people who tried to kill him because of your insane coverage? Did you talk about that?
Over the past decade, that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues. And we told him so.
What we did agree on was to restart communications.
Sorry, that's where you lost me. Call me a jerk. Call me insensitive, intolerant. You have to cut evil out of your life, period. And these two people are evil. They don't deserve anything more than being shunned. They don't deserve anything more than living their lives in their own self-made hell. Oh, they go on to say how they met with him. And that video is going viral today because you have the two people who basically did everything they could, everything in their power to ruin a man, to bankrupt a man, to jail a man, to wrongly undermine the president of the man, to get some wacko lunatic to try to blow that man's brains out, which actually happened. And then they say, holy shit, our ratings are falling. You know, alternative media over on Rumble is getting more viewership than we're getting in our $1 million studios with our multi-million-dollar infrastructure. Oh, we better start making amends because we're going bankrupt. And Trump is a big man. Trump is probably a better man than I am because I wouldn't have met with them. I would have given them a big middle finger and say, you can go burn in hell. I'm not going to do anything to you. I don't have to see you or hear you for the rest of my life. But Trump, there better be some 4D level chess here and not just trying to build bridges with the people who bombed them. If I were Trump, the only reason I would let those two snakes into my house is so that I could then use it afterwards to mock them into oblivion and to make even their own base turn on them and say, how the hell could you have told us that this guy's Hitler for the last 4 years and now you go to his house and you have a little espresso with Hitler? If I were Trump, that would be the only reason to do it. Bankrupt them and run them into the ground. They are an enemy. They will always be an enemy. And the fact that they said, let me ride on your back, Mr. Frog, so you can get our ratings up, as if they won't stab you in the back, exactly like they did for the last 4 years. They are scorpions. They are snakes. They are not to be trusted. And unless there's some very, very immediate self-benefit to Trump, his orbit, maybe he thinks he needs the media on his side to pass through Gates. They're not going to pass through Gates. They're not going to give you any padding here. They're not going to stop calling Gates a sexual predator. They're not going to stop calling Tulsi Gabbard a Russian agent. And they're not going to stop calling you Hitler incarnate. So the only reason you let those two snakes into your house is so that you could humiliate them afterwards and that you can get their base to drop them even faster, because they are a bunch of liars. And now their own base is realizing they have been lied to by those two scumbags. Go look up Joe Scarborough intern issue from I don't know how many years ago. Go look it up. It's very interesting. Absolutely nothing to see there.